welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new. So first things first, I do want to say this is going to be a very long video. This is your typical budget video, and you can go ahead and fast forward to that part. But I'm kind of going to mix this with my car video in explaining what's going on with my car and the cost and everything like that in the beginning. So if you don't want to listen to all this, skip ahead to the actual budget. But I just want to clear some things up and be honest with you guys. And then also, we are not in my office, and that is because it is over 100 degrees here. I think it's like 110, and then there's a heat index, so that's like another like 6 degrees or something. It's very hot outside, and my office slash guest bedroom does not have a fan, and I'm very hot. So I'm in the kitchen because there's a fan in here. This is the coolest room of the house. So I first want to start off by just being honest with you guys. I am in debt again. And I understand that this is honestly hard for me to say because I worked so hard to get out of debt. And that breakdown that I had talked about in a previous video that I'd had was all surrounding this. It was kind of the realization that I was going to have to go back in debt because I didn't have money for a car, because I had spent so much money repairing the car that I had, and it still was needing more repairs. I couldn't even drive it around. In June, I had my car a total of 7 days in the entire month that it wasn't broken. It went to the shop 3 or 4 times that month, I believe, and the month before that it went a couple of times, and it even needed more repairs. It needed new tires, but it needed some other repairs that were coming up that were pretty major, that I just didn't have the money for. And I was kind of tired of putting money into the car that was worth nothing. The car was worth absolutely nothing, and it was falling apart mechanically, in the sense that someone could do the repairs and the car would be fine, but I didn't have the money for the repairs, and the car was just going to keep going downhill. So I had a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I got it for just under $9,000. My end of sophomore, beginning of junior year of high school. It was my first car. It was great. It already had 138,000 miles on it when I got it, so it needed a new engine. We rebuilt the engine at one point. It got a new transmission. It's gone through many repairs, and all of that. It ended 250,000 miles, which is very good for a car. Again, if I had the money or the willingness to keep doing the repairs, then it could keep going for a long time, but it was just costing me so much money a month that I couldn't actually save for a new car. So I got a new one. It's not brand new. It is new to me. It's a 2014 Jeep Cherokee. So my requirements for a car were less than 50,000 miles, and my reasoning for that is really, once you get into the 60 and 70,000 mile range, it started needing maintenance, and I really didn't want to get a car just to have to turn around and put money into it. So if I was going, because I didn't have the money for a car, if I was going to have to go into debt, I wanted a car that didn't need repairs. This one has brand new tires on it. It needs nothing. I needed a car that was a crossover SUV type, because it's my only car, so I needed something that I could put stuff in when I travel, move furniture around in. Obviously not big furniture items, but if I get something, I can kind of, for the most part, I can be independent when doing stuff, and I needed it to have good gas mileage and be reliable, because I drive around round trip a little over 60 miles every day for work, so it really needed to be reliable and not have tons of miles on it and get good gas mileage. My old car got 15 to 18. This one gets, currently right now, it's getting 29.5, which is really great. I have been driving around town though, so that does affect the gas mileage. But if I was just doing back and forth to work, I think it would honestly get better. So it's doing great. It's going to save me in gas. It's going to save me in not repairs. You guys will see in the budget the total amount of debt that I went into. It's not your typical debt. I understand that this is not something everyone else can do, and it's something that because I have the relationship with my dad, I can do this. But I know a lot of people, number one, it may not be an option, and number two, it may not be a healthy option to do. But my dad wrote a check for the car and wrote a check for the tags and taxes on the car for me. So it's 100% paid for, in the sense that it is paid for to the place that I got the car. I owe my dad the money. So the debt that you see is to my dad, and it has no interest. So the total that you see that I owe is the total that I will be paying by the end of this. There is no extra stuff in there, and that is because, like I said, there is no interest. My dad said he would not charge interest. You'll see in my budget, I'm getting a huge chunk out of the way from my car fund, and from I'm taking $2,000 out of my emergency fund and getting rid of that. So I'm paying him almost $4,000 this month. You guys will see that. I'm just getting it out of the way. I want to pay this off as quickly as possible. I did promise my dad, though, that I would not go as intensely as my student loans, and if something comes up that I really want, or I really want to enjoy an experience, or something that I'm really wanting, that I don't but deprive myself of that. So that was a promise that I had to make him. He said if he was going to pay for the car, that I couldn't deprive myself since I had worked so hard. So I agreed. So I am going to pay him intensely, but you will see stuff like my restaurant budget is a little bit higher, so I can go spend time with family and friends and not worry about it. Or if I'm needing something or really wanting something that normally in the past I would have said, no, you just have to wait. If I really want it that bad, then I will save up for it and I will get it. And that's kind of what's going on. This was really hard to tell you guys, to be honest, because there were two parts of, number one, me accepting that I had to go into debt, and or back into debt, and then the second half was telling you guys what had happened, because I felt like you had been with me and really encouraged me to get out of debt, and I almost feel like I was disappointing you and myself. So like I said, there are two downsides to this, but again, I looked at it every which way, and at the end of the day, this was the best option for me. I am hoping that after this car, obviously the last car I drove for almost 10 years, and that one started with 138,000 miles, so I'm hoping that I can drive this one for another almost 10 years, if not longer, just because I drive a car. It's not about the looks or anything like that for me. It's about function. So the car looks great. Like, it looks brand new. But it's all about, like, the quality to me. And Jeep to me is a good quality car. So I hope you guys aren't too frustrated. I hope that I don't want to say you're okay with this, because at the end of the day I did it. But I hope that you understand what I did, just because now I have a car that I'm not concerned about being stranded in the middle of nowhere with no cell reception, which is basically my drive to and from work every day. So I'm really hoping that you understand what I'm doing, and that you'll continue watching my videos and continue watching me through the process. I told you I was going to be honest and show you the ups and downs, and although it's great that I got a car, it's definitely a down that I was in debt. So we're going to get it paid off very quickly. I have a few ideas just outside of work to make some extra income. You guys will see videos where I'm going to start getting rid of stuff, so my income hopefully is going to go up. And once things settle down pandemic-wise and work-wise, like I said in a previous video, I am kind of still learning my new job. So once all of that is done, I am going to continue pursuing starting my own business, so hopefully we'll have income from that as well soon, showing on my budget. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and let you into the budget. I've talked for way too long. If you watched this intro, thank you, and I can't wait to show you my budget and how fast I can pay this off. Okay guys, so here's my July budget. You will notice that I have left to budget. I had to stop my recording and I just restarted it. My doggy started barking. So for July, I went ahead and changed this to 28. It was an extra penny. Hopefully my income is going to be going up a little bit, not from work, but I am going to be selling some stuff. Giving my gifts is $25. Church is sitting at $79. So my I have my grandparents' grocery runs, and I have 104 here. Oops. So what I'm going to do is leave that in here for any time that maybe they're short or something like that. So I am going to make this a fund, and I'm just going to leave it at that. There we go. It's now a fund. I really love the fund option here. Housing and utilities, my second rent went out. My first rent I'm still waiting on. If you don't know what I'm saying, go check out my living situation video. It kind of explains why I have two rents. Water I get at the end of the month with my other rent. Gas, electricity, and internet all went out for the exact amounts. Shampoo bars, I spent $39.48. I bought 4 shampoo bars. I am planning on doing a video about kind of my money saving things that I've done. And my skin is really sensitive is something that everyone seems to kind of question because some of my stuff is more expensive. But the shampoo bars, I get them in packs of 4, and the last 4 have lasted me almost a year and a half, and I still have 1 whole shampoo bar left from that, left over. But I went ahead and bought 4 more because of everything going on. I just wanted to have backup. And then you can see in August I'm going to order more conditioner, and that as well lasted me about a year. So I have $10.52. These notes, I'm really using the notes now in EveryDollar, and I think it's a great idea for you guys because the notes are so beneficial, because if I have to remember something, I can just put it in my notes and I already have the price. Lawn care, nothing right now. My cousin did mow my yard last weekend, but I did prepay him in the last week of June because I knew I was going to be out of town. So he went ahead and it's taken care of. Pet care, my dog needed heartworm. She got 6 months of heartworm, including the one she's taking in July. So she has 5 more months left over before I have to spend $45 again. And so I can put heartworm, $45, 6 months, and she is going to need that in, let's see, she's going to need it in January of 2021. So I've got a while before she needs it. Then she needs dog treats. They are $13.06. Those last over a month, normally a month and a half to 2 months with the dog treats. And that didn't save, did it? It didn't. It's fine. I'll go back in there later and do it. Transportation. So one of the things with my new car is that instead of getting 15 to 18 miles per gallon, my car gets 25 to 30 miles per gallon. Currently, the past 2 weeks that I've owned it, it's gotten 29 miles per gallon. So I don't need to spend as much on gas. I am filling up just as much as I was before, but the amounts are smaller because the gas tank is smaller. So I fill up just as much as I did with my old car. The only difference is that it doesn't cost as much, if that makes any sense, because the tank is smaller in this car. So instead of $25, I'm spending $15 to fill up my car. So it is money saving. I'm going to keep my planned gas budget at $200 for now, and kind of the next couple months figure out how much I actually need and how much I drive regularly, and then I would adjust it probably to around 150 is what I'm thinking I can drop this to. Maintenance, now that I have a new car, hopefully I'm not spending thousands of dollars on repairing it for the rest of the year, and I can instead keep this maintenance fund anywhere from $500 to $1,000. I'd like to keep the money sitting in there just for tires or repairs and maintenance, oil changes, anything that I really need that comes up. I don't want to have to worry about moving the money around for emergencies such as this. I'd rather just keep $500 in the fund for my car and leave it like that. So for right now, it's going to sit at $500. Eventually, I'd like to get it up to $1,000, but for right now, I'm perfectly happy leaving it at $500. Food, I went over my grocery budget by a pretty good amount, and that is reasoning was because you guys will see I'm doing a grocery haul and storage for you guys. People have started kind of going crazy again with their grocery shopping, and I would rather just avoid it altogether. So I didn't go crazy and buy like a bunch of one item. I went through and anything that I needed for the next month, and then also I got a backup of everything. So I like eating oatmeal for breakfast, so I got an extra oatmeal even though I have one. I just kind of bought like one extra of everything, and if I plan it right, I think that I don't have to go grocery shopping, minus like the fresh stuff that I want, like fruits, veggies, and like eggs and stuff like that. I really don't have to go to the grocery store for the next 2 months. So that's kind of the idea behind spending this much all at once. So yeah, so I need to make up $39.48 in this area, which I think I can do. My phone bill, I did change that to $0, and I paid $37.47. That's how much I left from the previous month, since it was a fund. That's how much I left in it, and after this month it will no longer be a fund, but since it was pulling out of the fund and making it $0, it's obviously still a fund right now. Medical, I got my contacts, which were $647.14. I did do a $100 rebate, so I'm hoping to get that in the mail soon, which will be going towards medical as well. So that $100 will be coming back into medical. I would like to have $500 sitting in medical for emergencies, just like with my car, because I never know what's going to come up, and I don't want to have to move around my budget, especially if it's a tight month. So I'd rather just have $500 sitting in there. Clothing, nothing sitting in here. It is a fund, but nothing sitting in here for now. Hair and beauty, $100. I am getting my hair done at the end of the month. Spotify and Hulu hasn't come out. Netflix went out. Acorns went out. And my Amazon Prime is in October. Insurance. Okay, so with a new car comes new car insurance. And because it is a newer car, and because I don't have an emergency fund to replace the car if something happens to it, I have full coverage insurance on it. The insurance is going to be in July and December from now on. So I changed this to July and December, and I paid it, I believe, in May or June. I paid my insurance. So standard insurance for 6 months for full coverage is $315.57. And because I had already paid and I hadn't really used that insurance for more than a month, I got a discount and only paid $162.81. So it did save me some money. I do have to find the money in here, which you guys will see what I'm going to do. My house insurance was actually only $288.24. So, you know, a little bit of money, not a lot there. In my identity, I put July, but I believe it might be August. So I'm kind of waiting for the due date on that. And if it is in July, then, or in August, then I'll just make this a fund and move it over. Business startup cost is $0. Savings, this is where things are happening, you guys, because we have debt again. My car was $15,297, and my tags and taxes were $703.48. Since my dad wrote the check for this, I owe him. So there is no interest, no minimum payment, nothing like that. I did take $2,000. That's right, $2,000 out of my emergency fund to cover this, and I thought I saved this here. Apparently I did not. But it was $16,048. That's the total amount due. So to start this out, I took $2,000 out of this emergency fund. So let's see here. Fund details. So I had an expense of $2,000. Dad for car. And I'm going to pay him on the 25th because that's the next time I'm going to see him. So that money is going to go out, and then I'm going to make a payment of $2,000 on the 25th. And that's going to go here. So there we go. Paid so far $2,000, which leaves a balance of $14,048. And then on top of that, this car fund, anything that was in this car fund is now going towards my debt. So I'm going to have this taken out because we no longer have a car fund. I know that's going to be kind of confusing, but this $1,770.94 is going to be coming out on the 25th. And I'm not going to put car. I'm going to put Dad for car. And then add another payment of $1,700. What was it? Oh, I really wish I could move that. $1,770.94. $1,770.94 going to my dad on the 25th. So this fund will now be $0. This fund is now $3,000, and I have paid a total of $3,770.94 to my dad this month so far, and that brings my total down to $12,229.54. My goal is to pay him a total of $4,000 this month, just to bring it down, just to bring the total down. So those are all coming out on the 25th, and that means we have $520. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take that out, and anything over budget, so I'm going to move the extra. So my groceries are going to sit at $0. I'm not over budget, I'm not under budget, it's going to sit here fine. And then my insurance, we're going to take care of that with $162.81. That now is $0. I'm not over budget, but I don't have any excess, which means that I can take this and put the $317.71 towards my car as well. So I hope that kind of makes sense. This will be brought up to $4,000. Hopefully by the end of the month I have some leftover money to bring towards the Jeep. That's kind of what we're looking at. I know that this has been a crazy long video, but we had to just move around a lot and save up a lot. on the budget to just kind of move money around and make the budget work, because the car was, while kind of expected, not. So that's where the budget sits. Okay, so there you guys go. That is my budget. Again, I want to thank you all for watching this, for sticking with me, and yeah, just thank you so much. This channel has really held me accountable for things. It's made certain decisions harder, but ultimately it's really made me think of my decisions in a different way. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I cannot wait to show you how fast I can get this debt paid off and what there is to come, because there is so much going on in ways of saving money, in ways of that I'm spending it appropriately, and the way how fast I'm going to pay off this debt, which I'm hoping completely shocks my dad, because I'm determined to get this paid off as quickly as possible. Thank you guys again for watching. Such a long intro. I'm going to keep this short. So see you guys next week. Bye.